Hello, everybody. Welcome to part 3 of Real Truck Driver Plays American Trucking Simulator. Part 3. Let's just get right into it. We're going to go in the job market and look for a job. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to save up enough money, get our own truck, and start hauling, lease onto somewhere where we can start hauling some good freight. So let's get in the job market and see what we can find. Remember, we're in St. George, Utah. Also, we got to mark down our time too. When we ended the last episode, we were driving from Las Vegas to here, and we started driving at 11:15. It is now 4:22, so we're going to call it 4:30. We got there. Well, we could call it 4:15, and then from 4:15 to 4:30, we parked and dropped our trailer. So I will write that down. Give me a second. Okay, now that that's written down, we have to make sure that we can only we're only driving 10 hours. So it took us 30 minutes to do the first one, and it took us let's see. I'm sorry. This is 4:30 in Utah time, I believe. So it's actually remember what I was saying about logs. You have to log at your home terminal, so it's actually 3:30. I'm just changing that real quick. Okay, so we were at 4 hours and 4 hours and 30 minutes. What we have to put on there is it's 4.5 because every 15 minutes is 0.25, so it's 4.5. So we've been driving for 4.5 hours. I'm gonna write that down as well. All at the end of the day, all of our time have to equal up to 24 hours. So we still have a little bit of time left to drive here. We can still drive for about 6 hours. So let's see if we can't find anything that'll give us some good mileage here. Just going to kind of look through here. Cedar City to Salt Lake. We're starting out in Cedar City, so I'm just going to look at the jobs that are here. Because that's where we left off. We're now sitting in Cedar City. We're waiting on another truck so we can get in it and take the load somewhere. So this is a heavy load. I'm not going to haul that. If I saw that come up on a low board, I'd be like, no thank you, not for me. Next. Ely, Nevada. Well, I think what we want to try to do is we want to try to get home, because by the time we get here, another 3 hours, it's going to be kind of getting into nighttime, and we're going to want to get home and get some sleep. So they have a load going to Las Vegas. Let's see if we can't get a good load here. This 39, that's really heavy. Both of these are really heavy. Let's see if there's another job that's paying any more. Looks like that first one, this one right here, is the kicker. So this is the one we will probably take. What kind of truck it's a 13-speed KW 680. I had a T700. Was one of the trucks that I owned previous to the one I have now. It's a mid-roof, which means it probably doesn't have a top bunk. When there's two bunks in there, it's called a condo sleeper. It's got two bunks. And if it has a mid-roof, it generally doesn't have that second bunk on top. Sometimes it does. There's just really no space up there for another person. But this is the load I think we're gonna take. Expires in 2 hours, but we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see here. Just seeing if they happen to have any explosive loads. that's a different kind of truck. Okay, yeah, I think that we're going to go ahead and take that one to this frozen foods. So maybe since it's frozen, it'll probably be a refrigerated trailer, and I'm going to go over what we need to look for there. So I'll go ahead and accept this job, and we'll see you in there. Yep, it's a refrigerated trailer. Okay. So, damn train. So, this is what we're going to be looking at for the refrigerated trailer. It's the same thing we'll want to do. We want to inspect the trailer. Even though it's not our pre-trip and stuff like that, we still want to inspect it, make sure it's okay, because you never know if another driver has dropped us a problem, like I was saying in the previous video. So, and we're also slip seating, so we'll need to check out this vehicle to make sure everything's fine, to make sure it's all good. We're going to put down on our time. It took us 15 minutes to do that. I'm going to go ahead and mark that right now. So since it's not past that 4:30 mark, what we can actually do is that we can say that we dropped and hook from our previous one. So from 3:15 to 3:30, we can mark that that we went ahead and dropped that other trailer and we picked up this one. That'll cover us, but we still need to inspect it. We still need to look over it and make sure everything's fine. One thing that we are going to be looking for the entire time is this right here. Okay, this looks like a carrier unit. Some of the Thermo Kings, it's a little different, but with carriers they have a green light, and then this one up here is an amber light. As long as the green light's there, we're fine. We're golden. There's no problems or anything like that. But if that amber light comes on, there's an issue, and we need to stop and make sure that we get it checked. Because if we lose the load, the company has to buy the load, and if the company has to buy the load, you might not be long for a job. So we want to make sure this is fine. If it goes to amber, if it's not our unit, what we'll want to do is we'll want to make sure that everything's good. So there's a little, I wonder if I can see it in here. Okay, sorry about the angle. Let me try the other side. So there's this little panel. There's two panels right here. This is actually a little door, and you unlatch it right there, and you open it up, and it's the engine for the refrigerated unit. This is a refrigerated unit. And what you want to do is you want to check the oil. You want to check to make sure it's running. You want to make sure that nothing's frayed on the belt that charges the battery unit for the the battery for the unit and stuff. You got to make sure of all these things, because if it, like I said, if it breaks down on the road, you're going to have an issue. And if you lose this load, sometimes these loads are $20,000-$30,000, and you could if you own your own company, you could very well be on the hook for all the damages that you did. So we're going to check that out. This is the little running unit right here. Most of the time on the bill of lading, when you get your paperwork, what it'll tell you, it needs to be at or below a certain temperature, or at or above a certain temperature, or at a certain temperature. And these units have a couple of modes. One is like a continuous running mode that will keep it at a certain temperature the whole time. One's like a start and stop mode. That one's for like if it needs to be between, like, let's say 20 degrees and 30 degrees. You can start and just set it for like 25 and start and stop it. When it's not a big deal, that's what you can do. But on a frozen load, usually it'll be running below freezing temperature the entire time. You want to make sure you know what temperature it needs to be, because if some dock can't come out here and maybe set the wrong trailer to the wrong number, you don't know that. A lot of times when you back up into a dock that's like a refrigerated, like, food place, you're picking up food, they want the trailer pre-cooled to whatever level that they need to. So you gotta have to turn it on here. But since this isn't our trailer, this isn't our truck, we're slip sheeting, the unit's already on, doors are already closed in the back, somebody else did this. So we want to make sure that our temperature on this little unit right here, there's a little up and down arrow right here, we want to make sure that this is correct on to what it says on our paperwork. And if we have any questions, we want to make sure we ask the shipper before we leave. We don't want to be pulled over on the road side of the road with stuff leaking out the back of our ice cream leaking out the back of our trailer, going, oh crap, you know, I have a problem. You know, you don't want that. That's bad. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. So anyway, like I was saying, you want to make sure that this is the correct temperature for the paperwork. So we're gonna say that we checked over our trailer, we made sure everything was fine. This is the right temperature. We're seeing the green light. Everything's running. We got enough fuel. There's a little fuel container. I don't know if they model it. Yeah, they do. It's kind of hard to see, but this little round thing right here in the back is our fuel container. I don't think that they have fuel for the refrigerator trailers in this game, but this is where you would look. There's a little indicator on it, seeing what your fuel is. You want to make sure you keep track of that to make sure that it's full of fuel. Okay, so we're gonna start getting ready to go here. We have a little bit of a trip back to Vegas, and once we get back to Vegas, we'll assess our time and see if it's worth it taking another load, or if we'll call it an evening at that point. So let's get on it. I forgot to also mention that since we're really heavy, we're gonna have to find a scale. Let's see, we're here. No, that's not it. Okay, this is right at the pilot. The pilot will have to be the one. So we're gonna come out here. We're gonna go down to St. George, and there's actually a Love's right up here in Cedar City. I could go there. I don't usually like going backwards, but you got to make sure that you scaled legal. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back up here to the Love's, and then we're going to scale it, and we're going to get going. We're just going to go ahead and skip this. We got to make sure it's right. If not, we got to take it back to the shipper and have them rework it. That's the only thing we can do. I usually scale anything like above about 29,000 pounds on the bill of lading. Sometimes the bill of ladings are wrong, and they're just not correct. I mean, I've had bill of ladings that have said 40,000 pounds, and I've been really light, and I've had bill of ladings said that I've been light, and I've been really heavy. You know, different places use different weight measurements, you know, for their product, and the DOT doesn't care what's written on the paperwork. They care about what weight your truck actually is. So situations like this, I know I got a heavy load. Most refrigerated stuff is really, really heavy. We got to go scale it. We don't have a choice. We have to make the detour, go up here, scale it at the Love's to make sure that we're fine, and then we can get on it. So it's going to eat into a little bit of fuel, a little bit of cost, time of running, but you know, such as things. I'd rather spend the 10 minutes it takes going up here and $10 on the scale than hitting the DOT, getting inspected, and getting put out of service until somebody has to come and rework the load right there at the scale. So it's better just to get it out of the way, just do it first. So that's what our plan of action is. Let's get to it. Okay, we look like we're in the back of the place. I'm gonna see if there's a way around this way. It looks like we can go this way. We're just going to take it nice and easy while we're still in the shipper. Oh, looks like this was the way out here. This is probably a distribution center. So we're going to check out with security here, show them our paperwork, They make sure the seals match and everything like that, and then they'll let us out. Which we should know that they match because we checked them right before we left. Thank you security. Get out of here. Wonderful. I'll check that out when we get done. And we're probably gonna hit this curb, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens. It's not. I didn't design the damn thing. So we got railroad crossings ahead of us. We're gonna come to a stop. We're gonna look for the train, and we just gotta wait for the train. Comes. Damn, look at all that traffic on that road. Jesus. I think it's BNSF is the name of the company. Look at all this is all my job going down the road and right here, hauling trailers on the back of trains. That's my job. Train guys getting paid a third of the money to do that. It's all work a truck driver could be doing, just heading down the rails. I guess everybody's got to make their money though. Okay, we're gonna look both ways here. You're not really supposed to go in that middle lane to do your turns and stuff in. I see people do it all the time. Sometimes you don't have a choice, but we were able to get in the lane, so I just went ahead and went for it. So we're gonna make this left-hand turn here, and we'll get on it. There's a couple of distribution centers out there in Cedar City, so that could be referencing a couple of them. A lot of agricultural out in that area, so it would make sense some frozen goods coming out of there. They just come from the farm or something. But we're watching the rear end of the trailer when we make that turn. Like I said in the previous video, we got to watch the off track of our trailer. That's called trailer off tracking, by the way, when it does that. And we got to make sure we don't hit anybody. So I would rather run over a curb in front of me than take off somebody's front end behind me. So you always got to adjust the front end of your vehicle to move the rear end of your vehicle. Remember, we're going to go scale our load, make sure that we're legal. Okay, we're entering a roundabout. We got to watch the trailer off trekking on our right side when we get in this roundabout. Oh, wait a minute. This is not a roundabout. Sorry. This is Utah thing. I'm going to go through. I know. Just going too fast to safely stop, so sometimes it happens. Usually in real life, the lights are a lot longer than that. They give you a little bit of time. When I was coming around that corner, it was green, and then I saw it changing to red, but I didn't have enough. I could not safely stop my vehicle in the time that it would take me to get through the intersection. So sometimes you just got to take the hit. On this game, you know, they have cameras on their lights and stuff. Not all places have cameras on their lights in the States, but some places do, and you will get a ticket. But you know, I mean, I could have fought that one in court and say, listen, I couldn't safely stop my vehicle, but it is what it is, and we'll get on down the road here. Okay, we're coming up to where that Love's would be. It really is at exit 62. You don't really want to be in higher than anything above fourth gear if you're making turns like that. It's not safe if you go too fast during turns because you can roll over. But I find fourth gear, third gear, those are okay speeds of taking turns when we come up to them like that. This is pretty accurate of what this Love's looks like, gotta say. They did a pretty good job of that. I can tell our rear trailer isn't quite on the cat scale, so I'm going to readjust. Take a look at it. Yeah, I still got to back up a little bit more, but yeah. In real life, the scales are a little bit wider, gives you a little bit more range. These are really, really tight. So we're just going to say that they are wider and get on it. Okay, we scaled it out. We're 78,000 pounds. That's close, but we're legal. So as long as the trailer matches the weights on the trailer tandems and the drive tires, we're good to go. Again, the game doesn't model that, so we're just gonna have to say they're legal. So let's get on it. This particular Love's does have a tire shop, and I think they now do oil changes and stuff, if I'm not correct. This is something you'll see at this Love's all the time. People parking on this street right here. That happens all the time. We're clear both ways. Let's get on it. In real life, that's a dead-end road too, above us, but they don't have it blocked off, and you'll see some trucks parking up there sometimes. I know I'm gonna have to make a left-hand turn up here, so I get in this left-hand lane. Always try to be in the lane that you need to turn in. That's my advice. Try as best you can to get your trailer out of that forward lane. If you notice in the right-hand mirror, you'll see my back of my trailer's kind of sticking over that lane. Try your best to get your trailer over into this lane, but it doesn't always happen. Alright, we're going to Las Vegas. Remember that canyon we gotta go through? There's also a scale on our side that we gotta go through. Scanning the horizon, make sure we don't see cars and brake lights or flashing lights or anything like that. There's the man. We want to make sure our speed limit's going correct. Coming into rush hour here, we got to be aware of that. There's going to be more traffic on the road. Trying to go around this slow-moving vehicle up here. This guy's gonna let us in. We're gonna thank him for letting us in. Doesn't take much to be courteous. Looks like he's got glass or something on the side. Yeah, that's what he's got. He's got some mirrors or something. That's how they carry him, right there on the side like that. Signal our intent. Get over. Oh, big wreck over there. Now we gotta watch out on our side because there might be people looky-looing. That happens all the time. So just be aware of that people on our side love to look at crap like that. Once you get out of Cedar City, it is 80 miles an hour. There's a Walmart. We're coming up to the town of Hurricane. There's a Walmart distribution center there in Hurricane. It's also a back way if you want to get to Flagstaff. You can go through Hurricane. I don't know if that way is in the game or not, but I used to play this game when it was only Nevada and California, so I haven't played the game since. So all of this is new to me. It says engine brakes restricted the next 8 miles. So if it says engine brakes restricted, you're not supposed to use them, especially if you don't have engine brake mufflers. It sounds like this truck doesn't because they're really loud. Most modern new trucks do have engine brake mufflers. The way I look at it is it's my safety, and sorry if I got to use it and wake you up, but if it's something I'm trying to do to be safe, I'll try not to use it. But if I got to use it, I got to use it. And I mean, you're just gonna have to, you'll just have to live with it. I mean, technically, you can get a fine for it and everything like that. But the way I look at it is, if it's for my safety and I need to use it, I'm gonna use it, because I can argue that in a court of law. Just to let you know, I've felt that way all 13 years of my driving, and knock on wood, I've never gotten a ticket for it yet. So, but again, my truck has a engine brake muffler. So, there's a pilot I was talking to about us on this left-hand side. There's actually a little Jack in the Box on this other side over here on the right-hand side that you can stop and get some food at. There's enough room there to stop and get a truck in there. I've stopped there plenty of times, gotten some food. There's a Del Taco down the road and stuff. Sometimes at night, you can pull a truck over there and get something to eat. So we're coming up to that way station. All trucks lane. We have pre-pass. Let's see if we get the green light. Let's see. Come on, green light. Come on. Uh-oh. And it's open. So we gotta go in here. Gotta follow the sign. It says 15 miles an hour. Slow down to 15 miles an hour. You don't want to mess around in these scales right here. We're just gonna move slowly across the scale here. Usually we'd have our window down to be able to hear if they have any instructions for us. Normally you don't have to come to a stop like this. Normally you don't have to come to a stop like that. Normally you just keep rolling, and there's some signs above you that'll tell you what you need to do, if you need to keep going or if you need to pull around for inspection. So they didn't ask us to pull around for inspection, so we're gonna get on out of here. We weighed out. See, that's why we went and weighed our truck. It's for that type of situation right there. If you hit a scale, you always want to make sure you're legal. When you hit that scale, you want to make sure everything's nice and legal. You know, and scales are nothing to be really afraid of. You know, that there's good people that work at the scales. There's friendly people that work at the scales. You have some not so friendly people that sometimes work at scales. You know, that happens. You know, they're just trying to do their job. You know, let them do their job. And if you have a mistake and you were wrong, you got to pay for it. And unfortunately, that's the name of the game. That's why you always want to make sure you do everything right. Because if you do everything right, you're not going to be in trouble with the DOT. So make sure you do your pre-trips. Make sure, like I said, you scale your load. Don't just fly by the seat of your pants and hope it works out. Just do the right thing. So now where that welcome to Arizona sign is a big pullout that trucks can pull off, and if you need to take a break or you need to go to sleep or something like that. That kind of looks like this one off to our right hand side, but it's a little bit bigger. Now the reason I'm keeping my RPMs high through these mountains is because I know that it's a downhill, and engine brakes work better at higher RPMs. So that's why I got my engine brake. I'm trying to, the important thing is to try to do your best to stay off of your brakes, because you will heat them up and then they won't work, and then you can't stop, and that's a bad thing. So usually you want to stay about 5 or 6 miles per hour less than what the posted speed limit is, and just ride them engine brakes. Just let the engine brakes do their job. In this game, it doesn't seem like this hill's very see this situation here where somebody slows down, passes me to get in front of me to slow down. You know, I need my brakes for those kind of situations, so it's better to stay off your brakes and use them when you need them, rather than having a problem where you can't use it. Apparently I need to turn on my headlights. Okay, my bad, officer. Normally it's when the sun goes down, I'll see you in court. Okay, looks like we're going to be coming into Mesquite, Nevada right here. That's a nice little town. Mesquite, Nevada, you can come here and get lottery tickets if you live in Nevada, because the lottery's not, they don't play the lottery in Nevada. Accidentally double hit my range selector there. We're still looking in our mirror, making sure our green light is on. We want to keep our, you can actually see it here. I'll pause it real quick. You can actually see it here in our mirror. There's that little green light right there, and that's, we're keeping our eye on that, making sure that's good, because if that turns to amber, like I said before, we're going to have an issue. That's a bad thing. We want to get into a shop immediately if that turns amber. So just keep your, make sure that when you're looking around doing your, scanning with your eyes and stuff like that, that you're looking and making sure that that's still a green light. I don't know if they model it in this game if it ever has a problem. I don't know that. I've never seen it happen, but they could add to that. I don't know, but I always look for it just to make sure. There's that Loves that we're passing right there off our right hand side. We scaled there when we brought the load up to Cedar City. Should be coming into Vegas anytime soon. Coming into Vegas, if we look off to our left hand side, you'll see the Speedway and Nellis Air Force Base. And yeah, those are two landmarks when you're coming in, you'll be able to see. But it's one of my favorite views is coming over that hill that Loves is at, and down into Vegas and seeing the city skylights and stuff like that. It's absolutely beautiful. If you haven't seen it before, I definitely would recommend it. It's just gorgeous, and I feel at home every time I see it. Especially if I've been away for a long time, it really hits you at that point that you're home. So good stuff. I love Las Vegas, and yeah. So now I gotta look here. It looks like we're not gonna go north. So we go towards Phoenix. So I'm gonna go off here. This is the Spaghetti Bowl. Just gonna take it easy around these corners. I don't care if people behind me get mad. They can get mad all they want. There it is. It's beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, we got a merge here. They don't give us much of a merge lane over here, so looks like the man sitting over there got somebody earlier. Gonna get over. This is in real life. This is kind of like this as well. They've been doing some improvements to try to make it better, but it's a hard one coming on from the 15 to the 515 here. That's a hard one, and this is what I like to call the roller coaster, because the road goes up and down and up and down, and it kind of sags a little bit in some of the middles, and if you're motion sick, if you have motion sickness, it'll definitely hit it. Come on, man. You see my blinker on. Let me over. I actually think I have to take this exit. Haha, joke's on you. See that? That's what I'm talking about. He wanted over in this lane anyway. So it's like, why prevent the truck from getting over? I don't get that. Start slowing down here because this light might change. Alright, we're gonna pull in here and get this done. Okay, we missed it. Let's go up here and turn around. Don't worry about it. We missed it. That's okay. It happens. I couldn't quite see if it was that first turn or if that second turn, but it's okay. We'll get turned around here and we'll get back to it. Things like this happen all the time. You know, you don't know where everything is, so you just gotta roll with the punches. You know, just go up here, turn around, don't freak out, and then come back. I know a lot of drivers that would have just stopped right in the middle of the road and backed up into it. No, it's not worth it. Just go around. Like I said, I wanted to give you guys a taste of kind of more realistic truck driving than not. So this happens. It'll happen again, you know. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, and it happens to me even still today. So, especially if I've never been to a place. Usually, after I go to a place one time, I'm good to go. I know how to get in and out of there. But But if I haven't been in place before, sometimes it's difficult to try to find your way in places. We get turned around here, and we'll get back to it and get in there. I'm going to go ahead and stay in this lane because I don't think that this is a double turn lane. So, I mean, I could use it as a double turn lane, but in real life, this wouldn't be blocked out right over here. So, we're going to treat it as just a regular turn lane. So, get over here, get in that left-hand lane, or I'm sorry, in the right-hand lane and make a right. Like I said, we always try to maintain the first lane that we go into when we make those turns. I don't know why he stopped. You did what? There was nobody in front of you. Anyway, like I'm saying, you always want to try to maintain that that straight lane, that lane when you turn on, make a left. But sometimes you have to make that right real quick, and it doesn't always work. So we're gonna go up here to the second turn thing and turn on in here. Okay, I will have to double check this setting to make sure, because I was hoping to get some really good backs in for you guys, but it looks like it's just easy on easy. So I'm gonna check that setting, make sure that we're good, and I'll have to change it to hard maybe a couple of times. So because I wanted to get some of these backs in here and show you guys how to back. So we're gonna pull our brake. We're gonna make sure we're in neutral. We're gonna get out and check it, check our trailer, make sure everything arrived intact, make sure the wheels are good, make sure that light is still on. As soon as that shipper signs the paperwork, if that light's on, now it's their problem. I don't care if that trailer has an amber light after that. As long as it's green when I drop it off, then that's all yours. They'll break the seal. Usually on some of these more expensive, like meat loads and stuff, there'll be a seal. And let them have the trailer. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect here, and I think we're gonna end it for this episode. Yeah, we're gonna end it for this episode. Got some pretty good experience there. Almost level 2. Okay, let's go into options here and check this real quick. Actually, I can do this off camera. Thank you guys for watching this episode. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to ask them down in the comments. I don't mind answering questions. Pretty open and honest about everything. So yeah, if you like this video, just hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'm gonna try to get these episodes out every couple of days or so, as much as I can. Like I said, I'm a real on the road truck driver, so if I'm not home, I can't make these videos. So yeah, show me some love, and yeah, drive safe, be safe. Thank you guys.